I just had two very interesting conversations. One was a friend of mine who had been in a meeting where there are a number of human beings who were women who were involved in dealing with other hurting women were present, and they had come together so that they could get information about funding and methods for working with these women in ways that were more effective. And the three human beings who had come from Washington, D.C. to talk to them about it were three males. And the three males were individuals who were so caught up in their own thinking and their researching and talking to each other is that they never got to the point where they involved the women in any conversations that had to do specifically with their needs or concerns. And so what happened was the meeting failed. The men didn't understand that, and a number of the women left frustrated. The second was talking to a friend of mine who was concerned about a new relationship that she was going into. And she wanted to get my feedback in terms of how she should do that. And I shared with her things that I'd like to put as I statements. Because if I was moving into a relationship with a human being that was a woman, these are the kinds of gifts that, given what I have learned in the years that I've been on this planet, I would want to bring to that conversation. Number one, I would want to be able to listen to what she had to say and to take it very seriously. And listening to what she had to say meant that that little voice inside of me that was ready to finish her sentences or to say yes but or to fix things would have to be said, little voice, go away and do not come back. Second thing is, I would understand that in any relationship, it is not my function to make it or to fix it or to create it. My function is to be part of a relationship where the decisions that are made in terms of each person and each person's expectations at the time. Third, and the most difficult for myself as a male, because I had a wonderful teacher who was a woman and a nun who taught me this: how to get in contact with and name my own feelings. And I am definitely one that has learned how and have been taught how to speak on and on and on in a persuasive way, expecting I was going to get my own way. And so then the other thing is that I would make sure that our conversation was one where there was back and forth in terms of talking about present concerns or, the immediate situation or where the future might take us, but at the same time to make sure that both of us were open and transparent about what we felt. And so we'd be able to read each other's body language, facial figures, and motions, and also each other's tones. So, and then the last thing I would add is, if either one of them experienced rejection or abandonment, that we took time, that we had taken time to mourn and work through that and forgiven the other person and ourselves. So there were good conversations. And the last thing that became clear to me is that if I want to be about social change in any given neighborhood, then I should be aware of certain things. I should be aware of the grassroots organizations where people come together in ways where they feel trusted and they're willing to be themselves. Secondly, one of those places would definitely be neighborhood churches. Third thing, what are the organizations and associations that the people trust that are helping them to advocate and to get what they need from the deciders, whoever they might be? Next, what are relationships they have with the media? Okay, let's be honest. Facebook, YouTubes, newspapers, television, word-to-word mouth, Skyping. What are the relationships they have with all of these organizations so that when rubber comes to the road and it's time to bring people together to get things done, that people know what the plans are, they've agreed to them, and they are committed one way or the other to being there. So what have I learned in the last few hours? Number one, communication, 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 with the expectation that if I am open and honest and put our own needs together and our own experiences together around some issue, that number one, my heart and soul and mind will be satisfied. Number two, I will do my best to get things done, and if they work, fine. If not, I will learn from that. And number three, step by step, there will be change, and it will be something that I will be pleased to have been part of. So it's been a good night for me. I've learned a lot, and I hope you find this particular conversation helpful. I'd love to hear what you think about it. Bye.